finally means coming to an end.
Vocabulary refers to knowing the meaning of words and is critical to successful reading comprehension. Building vocabulary involves teaching your learner how to figure out the meaning of words while reading. It also requires selecting and studying the meanings of individual words and parts of words. It's important to relate these vocabulary words to learners' current and prior experiences to help cement them in their word bank.
Magazines are also capitalized.
Okay.
When you preview a text to read with your learner, select vocabulary words to pre-teach that your learner might not know and that are important for understanding the text. Some good words to pre-teach fall in the category of difficult words. Difficult words include homophones, or words that sound the same but have different spellings and meanings. Examples of homophones include bored, spelled B-O-A-R-D, and bored, spelled B-O-R-E-D. They sound exactly alike, but are completely different words with different spellings and meanings. Homophones can be very confusing, and selecting and practicing them can be a powerful way to improve a learner's vocabulary and reading comprehension.
Remember, Rejoice, when we've been reading together, we've often come across words that sound the same, but they have different spellings or different meanings.
Yes.
For example, break and break. Those are two different words, two different meanings, and they're spelled different. They sound exactly the same. Okay, so what does break mean when I say that word to you? What's one meaning?
What, like we are going on a coffee break?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one. Yeah, or I could break my leg if I fall. You can break glass, right?
Yes.
So there's that example. What if that's spelled B-R-E-A-K, break, right?
Okay.
So what if I spell B-R-A-K-E? Like here's the break we just talked about. This is B-R-A-K-E.
That's the brake on the car.
Right. So can you put that one in a sentence?
I stepped on my brakes but to come to a complete stop.
Perfect. That's great. So two different meanings and they sound exactly the same.
Yeah.
So those can be really confusing when you're reading and especially when you're writing because you aren't always sure of how to spell the correct one because they sound the same. So we're going to use some strategies today to try and help you remember those. They're called homophones. Homo means the same,
Okay.
and phone means sound. Okay, so they sound the same,
Okay.
but they're spelled differently. We're going to study them in pairs so that you can get both meanings and see the difference in the meanings and the spellings, use examples of them, and put them in your word bank.
Okay.
Okay, one way to do that is to use words that we've come across when we're reading and writing together. So I've compiled this list of some of the ones that we've come across and that you've questioned or we've talked about. And there's sentences here that have blanks in them, and we're going to choose the right one that sounds the same to put in there to fill up that blank. So why don't you just read the word first and then decide which one goes in there and you can write it in.
I'll just blank this door while I change my blank.
Okay.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay. So go ahead.
Okay.
So
this is the close.
I'll just close this door.
And while I change my clothes.
Okay. So do you want to go ahead and write those in? By using them in the sentence, in context, it helps you remember which one is used to mean what and how to remember to spell them.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll just practice that way. Here's another one. Blank have a piece of sand in my blank and it really hurts.
Okay, the word I and I.
I. Okay, you want to try that one?
Okay. The person who delivered our blank is a blank. The person who delivered our mail, M-A-I-L,
Great.
is a male, M-A-L-E.
Perfect. So I think it's important to say the word out loud to yourself or out loud before we read the sentence, and then you have it in mind when you're
Okay.
going to fill in your blanks.
Okay.
So this one is,
Number 4 is in and in.
do you know the difference?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I'm going into something and an in like a hotel or
Yes,
inn.
where you stay overnight. Okay. So,
My husband and I are staying in and in by the ocean this weekend.
that's a funny sentence,
Yes,
but
that is.
it works. Okay, and here's a tricky one. There's 3 that sound alike and they're spelled differently. And a lot of times people get tripped up by these when they're spelling.
2, 2, and 2.
Okay, and here's your sentence.
Are
Are the
the 2 of you going to the
concert?
concert? 2. And that means also,
Yes.
the double.
Yes.
I know. you
But
told me
also
that.
is the last one. Okay, so go ahead and put them in the way that they're supposed to be spelled. Are the 2
2, TWO,
of you going
to
to the concert too, also. Perfect, great. Okay, so we have a good collection of these to add to your word bank.
Yes.
And we can add them to your binder too. Why don't we start by getting a pencil and we'll write these on the index cards and then we'll put the definition on the back. Okay, so the first one was clothes.
CLOTHES.
So the top one is, what are clothes?
Dresses.
We're wearing them.
EAR.
And that's funny because wear is a homophone too.
Oh,
Like
that's right.
things we wear and where are you going?
That's right.
They're all over the place in the English language.
WEAR.
Uh-huh. Okay, so the second one for close is like
Door closing.
close the door, shut a door, or
STU.
let's listen to the beginning. Shh.
SH. U. T.
Good. Okay,
Shut the door.
the door. You can also draw pictures if you want on the front. You know, you could make a little picture to remind yourself of the difference.
Okay.
And then this one, you know, you could just put a picture of the door for close the door.
Okay.
This is a good way to build your vocabulary. You're learning like 2 words
Yeah.
for the price of 1, huh?
Yeah.
So can you think of any other homophones that you know?
It was the C and C.
Okay. C, like vision.
And then the C.
Like, give me a definition of that.
A body of water.
So we could just use a symbol like that for water.
Yeah.
And so we'll make a card for that as well.
Okay.
Okay? So if we go into your binder, we can show that that's part of your vocabulary section.
Oh, it would be.
Yeah, because these are just words that you're learning the meanings of.
That's
And we
what
can
this is
add
about.
a little sub-tab in here if you want for homophones.
Okay.
And then we can put these examples in there.
Okay.
Okay? That might be good for homework. What do you think?
Yep.
Okay. I have this list of homophones for you.
Oh.
This is way more than what we practiced today because there's a lot of them in the English language.
Okay.
So when we make up that tab for your binder in the vocabulary section, we can just hole punch this if you'd like to have this for your reference. That way when you're writing, if you're not sure, you know the word but you don't know how to spell it, you can just refer to this
Oh,
list.
okay.
Okay? So we can put that into your binder.
Okay.
All right?
Developing background knowledge and a strong vocabulary is key to reading well. For this reason, it's important to explicitly and regularly focus on vocabulary development with your learner. You've seen a tutor do quite a bit of talking when explaining a new strategy. During most lessons, you and your learner would be equally talkative.